All right, so quick video today. I just want to talk about an update that just hit Halo Infinite today. It's a balance update. It's going to affect multiple areas of the game, and most of this is really good news. So figured I'd just run through this Halo support article. We're going to do a quick read through. Some of this stuff I've talked about already. I'll share my thoughts on how I think it'll affect the game, how I think it'll affect HCS Charlotte coming up in just over a week. But we've got Drop Shot as the first thing they've mentioned. So the drop weapon meta was becoming very prominent in competitive play to the point where nearly every top player was doing it. Many players shared their concerns about it becoming too prominent at the highest level of competition, so we made sure the weapon ready time after a dropped weapon matches the speed of swapping between weapons normally. So in case you don't know, you could press a button on your controller, drop a weapon, instantly swap to your secondary. This was a drop combo that most pros were using to get kills really quickly. They've nerfed it so that dropping a weapon is the same speed as switching weapons, which I think is fine. Though there was a bit of some skill expression here, I think in general, it was too powerful. We're moving past it. Sniper Rifle. Halo Infinite's S7 Sniper no-scope error angle properties were in line with previous Halo titles, but we've seen the request to make it even more accurate when firing from the hip. When this update lands next week, the sharpshooters out there should notice some improvements when going for kills in which no-scope was involved. So if you didn't know already, when no-scoping with the snipe in Halo Infinite, it's not perfectly accurate. There's a slight bit of randomness to it. There's also Bloom as well, which is a separate form of inaccuracy, but they've changed it so that if you no-scope, it's even more accurate. So it should, I assume, be like a laser beam. Now, I don't know what these numbers mean exactly, error angle max and minimum, but the only way to really know is to try it out. They also said that the time to reset Bloom is reduced by 20%, so when you do spam the snipe, there is Bloom, so it becomes more inaccurate when you're spamming. The Bloom's going to reset more quickly, so you can spam, I guess, a little bit more quickly. Note that you can YY, switch weapons twice to completely remove the Bloom altogether and get a straight shot with the snipe. A shot that should be straighter now thanks to this update. And I think if you're on mouse, this could be pretty damn powerful. I think at HCS Charlotte coming up soon, it's going to be interesting to see, how the pros fare with an even more accurate snipe. Frag grenade. This is a change I'm looking forward to, and I think a lot of people are going to like. The explosion radius of the frag grenade has been reduced slightly. So after listening to community input and doing some in-house tuning, we're happy to be rolling out a change that slightly reduces the damage radius of frag nades. The update should help reward skilled frag nade placement while also addressing the concerns around grenade spam effectiveness in gameplay. So that's great to hear. It says 2.7 world units to 2.5 world units. Once again, throw the nade, see what you think, but I love this change. I think, like they said right here, that nade spam is pretty damn powerful in this game. Everybody's spawning with 2 nades. There's nades constantly spawning, on the map. So I think this is going to reduce that. It's going to increase skill expression. It's going to give players more room to maneuver and to get out of, tricky spots. So I love it. I can't wait to see how it plays. Weapon racks, another big change that I like. This will only affect Ranked Arena and HCS, so I can't wait to see what happens at HCS Charlotte with this one. But every weapon rack on the map in Ranked Arena is going to be changed to red rack when a weapon is picked up. So this means that once the weapon is picked up, the weapon rack won't spawn another weapon until the original is despawned or the ammo has been depleted. So currently on a map, most weapons are not red rack weapons. If you pick up the weapon, 30 seconds later, a new one will spawn up regardless of whether or not there's one currently on the map. So you could have a lot on the map at once. The red racks on the map for tier 2 weapons, like a shotgun, for example, those ones are reserved to one player at a time. But once that weapon despawns, 15 seconds later, a new one spawns. So 2 big changes are happening here is that 30 seconds after ammo depletion or expiration for all your basic tier 1 level weapons, so your pistols, your assault rifle, your tactical rifles, once that weapon's gone, 30 seconds later, a new one spawns. We're going to see a lot less of them. If somebody has an OS, for example, on live fire, you pick up a plasma pistol, only one plasma pistol in play. It's going to be so much more important to control that weapon as a counter to OS. We're going to see, some more strategy, I think, around controlling that sandbox when there's less of it. Then you get 60 seconds after ammo depletion for the more powerful, the tier 2 weapons. So SMGs like Needler, Sentinel Beam, shotguns, the Bulldog, the Heatwave, non-power weapon snipers, Stalker, Shock Rifle, and then the Hydra as well. This is a big deal change. It was 15 seconds previously. Now that it's 60, we're going to see, less of the Shock Rifle in play, less of the Bulldog in play. Currently, I'd say on certain maps like Streets, for example, the Stalker and the Bulldog completely run the show. They're always in play. They're extremely powerful. Having them a little bit less available, I think, is going to be nice. It's going to not let the game snowball so much. I think it'll benefit the pace of play, considering how powerful these guns are. And especially the shock rifle on recharge. Seeing a little bit less of it means you're going to have to be very careful with how you use it, right? Also, here's a bit of a hot take, but now that these changes are happening, what do we think of the Mangler? Can we bring the Mangler back, right? There's only one on the map at a time. It spawns 30 seconds after it, it despawns. I think it's probably too close to Charlotte for the pros to make a big decision like that, but curious to hear your guys' thoughts. I think regardless, this is a great change. One extra little note, by the way, the ammo in these Tier 2 weapons will be staying the same until Season 3. So I know there's been some concerns about the ammo in the Heatwave, the Bulldog, Shock Rifle, etc. That will be changed in Season 3. So we got to wait a little longer. I think that's early to mid-March. We've got some bug fixes as well. This was nice to see. Wasn't expecting it, but sandbox-related bug fixes. So if you didn't know, the plasma pistol and the battle rifle, they jam sometimes. I get this with the battle rifle a lot, I think especially after switching weapons, but the gun just doesn't always pull, like it doesn't shoot on every trigger pull or something. It just feels like it's jamming at times. If you're having that issue, it looks like they've resolved an issue with jamming here. Same with the plasma pistol, spamming the plasma pistol. Sometimes, for whatever reason, it feels like it's not firing on every trigger pull. It's capped out in speed. Looks like they're fixing that too. So I can't wait to give this a try. I think weapon jamming is a buzzkill and a half. So love to see that. Semi-automatic weapons like Sidekick now appear to fire at the correct rate from the perspective of other players. Interesting. So that's more of a, I guess, like a server side thing. And then players using active camo will now consistently appear visible while sprinting. Cool. I didn't have a specific issue with this one, but sounds great. That sounds good to me. Matchmaking playlist changes. So it looks like they're changing the maps that you're going to play on depending on game type. I'm not going to, mention absolutely everything here, but some of them that I like personally, like as somebody who plays Social Team Slayer, getting rid of Launch Site, Behemoth, that's a W in my opinion. I hate playing Launch Site. I don't know, man. Slayer on Launch Site is just, it's not fun. So just being able to jump into good maps when you just quickly want to play, you get the best maps. I love that personally. It looks like they're taking, for team doubles, there was CTF Argyle. I didn't know this was a thing, right? So if you play these playlists, it looks like they're, based on community feedback, they're, reorganizing, getting rid of some of the maps that people don't like. Detachment, I know, has been removed from ranked recently as well. This is a different bug, by the way. I don't know if this has to do with the inclusion of this new update, but detachment and recharge are temporarily being removed from matchmaking, I believe, until Season 3, which Season 3, that's unfortunate for recharge. I'm going to miss that map, but I think it has to do with a power weapon-related bug. Let me know what you guys think about these maps, disappearing. A lot of people are saying good riddance to detachment, and I'm kind of siding with them. I don't really like detachment in rank, so I'm not going to miss it too much, but recharge, hopefully that comes back soon. Just a little bit more to run through here. I'm less concerned with this stuff personally, but what I will do is I have the article linked in the description of this video. You can go ahead and check out, everything if you like, but it says the menus, the appropriate subtraction and addition symbols now appear whenever a player loses or gains CSR during ranked matches. So I do think that the way that that's all displayed currently is a little bit confusing at times. So anything they can do to make that more understandable, I think, is a step in the right direction. I'm not sure if I like the whole layout of how the CSR is kind of set up, but that's another discussion. Custom game browser, players are now less likely to experience a looping, unable to connect to fire team error. Great. Less errors sounds like a good thing to me. Multiplayer rank, there it is. Due to a bug affecting power weapon spawns, recharge attachment have been removed from the ranked arena playlist until a Season 3 update. So hopefully we get that sooner rather than later. We got custom games. In custom games, players can get suspended in midair after jumping upwards where the gravity is set to 30% or lower. I don't mess with this personally, but good, right? Workaround. Move the character in any direction to fall back down. When a player in King of the Hill or any big team battle map in custom games, multiple weapon racks, vehicle, grenade, and equipment pads do not function when playing King of the Hill or any big team battle map in custom games. Wow, I didn't know about that. If players exit a custom game and rejoin the opposite team, their scoreboard will display incorrect gamer tags. They're fixing that. If players swap from Forge mode to custom games, the custom game menu will display inaccurate information about the selected Forge map and mode. So a lot of little quality of life improvements here I think are all welcome, For the most part, I think that's essentially it. Again, I'll have the article linked in the description. You can go ahead and review it if you like, but that's the update. I think the biggest thing to focus on, the change to the sniper, the change to the grenade, damage radius, the red rack changes, and the drop combo. Those are all big deal changes and W changes, in my opinion. Let me know what you think of these changes. How do you think they're going to affect ranked play, affect the pro tournament? Charlotte coming up very soon. And what else, I guess, are you looking forward to with Season 3 and beyond? Hopefully we see the ball rolling a little bit more as far as, player feedback and then response from the developers. But you gotta respect the W when you get it. Either way, guys, that's it for the video. If you like the content, like and sub as always. I'll see you soon. Good luck on the way.